For the record, I and my family, my neighbors, my fellow veteran colleagues do not support the measure for a Senate concurrent resolution to House Bill 2311, our flag bill. Although well-intentioned, the effect of the resolution does not hold Planned Community Association accountable to complying with the right to allow me, my neighbors, my fellow veteran colleagues, and patriotic citizens to respectfully display our flag, Old Glory, with the same impact and enforcement as a law. Currently, many of us have experienced quote-unquote, quote, unreasonable and, quote, onerous restrictions, citations, fines, and fees, and were directed to endure approval process discouraging the respectful display of Old Glory to the level of respect it is due. First of all, let me respectfully address some of the concerns you pose to some of our supporters. Point one, Senator Baker had mentioned, the bill is not needed, referring to House Bill 2311, our flag bill. The justification, avenue to adopt flag displays and recourse to remove any unreasonable restrictions applied to the display already exists within each community association. The counter-argument, when both management of an association and its memberships want to change the wording in their governing documents and are in agreement to pursue that change, the procedure to adopt those changes still requires the membership to incur expenses. In one association, the expenses were estimated to cost $100,000. Thus, when all parties are in agreement, they are deterred from implementing that agreement due to the costs involved. An example, the bill to permit the clotheslines were advanced in the legislature because at that time, no known planned community association had governing documents to permit the display, which is the clothesline. Because both the membership and its management wanted the same end result, to permit clotheslines, they came to the legislature with a request that if the language were provided in statute form from the onset, then the cost to amend each association bylaws would be avoided. The conclusion to that, associations across the state and their members were spared the enormous expense and resources, the time that it would take to permit clotheslines within their jurisdiction to be accommodated. Homeowners were successful by soliciting the legislature to bypass cumbersome and costly bylaw revisions and process and have such language instead to be provided in statute form for them. The result of that, the clothesline bill. Thousands of residents saved thousands of dollars by having the legislature intervene in the contract between the homeowner and their association. To that, it became a law. Point two, reference to the clothesline bill, now Act 192, Hawaii State Law 2009. The clothesline bill. The measure was heard in the Senate Committee of Commerce and Consumer Protection. Senator Baker wrote the following after passing it out to the committee. Quote, the purpose of this measure is to prohibit real estate contracts, real estate agreements, and association rules from precluding the use of clotheslines on the premise of a single-family dwelling and townhouses, or from imposing conditions on the use of clotheslines that are so onerous as to render the clothesline ineffective. The revelation to that, testimony received at the hearing for House Bill 23, our flag bill, on February 24, 2010, were identical to the very cause and action Senator Baker took in 2009 on Senate Bill 1338 that she introduced. In result of House Bill 2311 being heard, numerous associations across the state have had its members come forward and report to the legislature that their rules pertaining to the display of the flag are so onerous as to render the flag display ineffective. As a reality check, some 3,000 to 4,000 homeowners within the Planned Community Association of Ocean Point, located in Eva Beach, are not permitted to erect any type of flagpole that is not attached to the house, regardless where the pole is displayed. Flags are that are permitted are to be displayed on limited prescribed days, and some associations only 6 to 8 days, thus limiting the display for being exercised as the homeowner deems fit. Other associations adopted rules stating that, quote, no flagpoles shall be erected so as to be visible from the neighboring properties or street unless the size and location thereof have been approved by the design committee, unquote. The subject rule, rather than encourage flag displays, initially discourages the homeowner the right to display the flag unless they go through mandated, no guaranteed design review processes. In another association, a design request form must accompany the request to display the flag, and that a $100 fine/redesign review fee must be submitted along with the request application for approval. Some homeowners reported a design fee of up to $200 just to seek approval to respectfully display Old Glory. As a comparison to the clothesline and the flag bill, imagine letting laundry be hung outdoors on a clothesline on a limited prescribed set number of days. Sound silly? Or what if an association, to deter the clothesline from taking over their vistas, wanted to keep them at bay and merely impose a $100 design request fee for the application to be able to hang laundry outdoors? What then? Is lifting the imposing conditions that are so onerous on the flag not warranted, as was done for laundry? I and my family have tried to work with our association since June 2008 to seek a resolution with the association, but to no avail. This while directed by my association to pay a $100 fine/redesign review fee with no guarantees and possibly enter into a petition litigation process to see if we can get our association covenants changed using our own monies, of which we do not have. All this just to gain design approval to post my simple 3x5 lean-to flag on a wood or metal pole 4 to 5 feet in length, attached near our entry facing our front yard, visible from the street. To all this, do I believe the process I had to endure onerous and unreasonable? Absolutely. Because of the process I had to endure, many of my neighbors, from whom are veterans or family of veterans, who want to respectfully display their flag, are apprehensive in flying their flag for fear of being cited or fined due to some of the aggressive citation stance of, quote, some in the association. Therefore, I humbly ask the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection to reflect on the evaluation criteria used to evaluate the merits of the clothesline bill and apply them to the merits of House Bill 2311, our flag bill. This is the right thing to do. As mentioned in my previous testimonies, I and my fellow veteran colleagues took the oath to protect and defend this country to which Old Glory, our flag, represents. To me and my family, my fellow veterans, Old Glory represents not just a piece of cloth, but a symbol of the greatest gift ever bestowed to a country, our freedom. Therefore, I and my family humbly request that you support the process allowing for House Bill 2311, our flag bill, to become a law and not a resolution. To do so, you will honor those veterans and patriotic citizens who gave and sacrificed all to allow us to enjoy the freedom we have been truly blessed and enjoy. God bless you, and thank you all for your service to our state.
Thank you, Mr. Alejandro, for your testimony.
I also wanted to add that
Alejandro, we have a lot of other testifiers, and so if we have questions, we'll call you back up. But you submitted your testimony and you've given it, so we're going to move on now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for the time.
Mr. Edward Aga, Mr. George Barrett.
Present to you my Vietnam ribbons and a small version of the United States of America flag that I hope you will take to your office and reconsider and make sure this becomes a law and not a resolution,